What's up, everyone? I am so excited to officially welcome you to our day one video of our 3-day sneak peek. So my goal for you at the end of these 3 days is to really have a solid understanding about what the heck is this coaching opportunity all about, and to get all of your questions answered. And I also want you to really get to know me and hear my story, because since you'd be joining my team, hopefully you'd like me. I feel like I get along with pretty much anyone, so I think that you would like me. But with that said, I really just want to share my story with coaching, how I got started, and take you back to how I got started on my health and fitness journey, because I think a lot of you can relate. So I'm going to rewind all the way back to high school, because like I said, I think a lot of you can relate to the story. And so in high school, I played varsity volleyball all 4 years, for any of you volleyball players out there. And I was very athletic, played, very competitive volleyball, and then ate anything I wanted to. Basically, fast food all the time. If it sounded good, it went to my mouth. Then I graduated and I went to college, and I wasn't playing volleyball anymore. I was working out maybe like once a day, but basically I had that diet where if it sounded good, it went to my mouth. So I was pizza, ice cream, cookies, cake, fries, you name it. If it sounded good, it went to my mouth. That was my diet. And before I knew it, I started, packing on the pounds. And in my first quarter of college, I was 25 pounds heavier. And it got to the point where I remember looking at a picture of myself and looking in the mirror and not even recognizing the person I saw in the picture, or the person that was in the mirror. And I was like, how did I let myself get to this point? And I remember being in one of my health and fitness, general education classes, and we did this BMI calculator where they took our measurements, height, weight, all of that stuff, and I was literally told I was overweight. So for someone who was already self-conscious about it, to literally be told I was overweight, needless to say, took a huge toll on me. And instead of getting my health and fitness on track and saying, okay, this is it, I need to start getting my booty back in the gym more, and I need to start eating more healthy, I went the opposite direction, and I developed an eating disorder. And it was a very, very dark time in my life. I felt so alone. I was borderline depressed, and yeah, it was one of the darkest demons of my life, and it was not at all how I pictured my college experience having such a horrible relationship with food and with myself. I hated myself, and I hated for what I've become. And then at the same time, as if an eating disorder wasn't bad enough, I developed an addiction to prescription pills, because I absolutely hated the major I was in. I was studying finance, and I felt forced into it. It wasn't at all my passion. I grew up with a single mom, and she was always struggling to pay the bills, doing the best she could to put food on the table, and she really wanted the best for me. So she never taught us how to dream big, and open up your own business, or follow your dreams, or take risks. I was told to find the most secure job, and she did a ton of research, and she basically found that finance was the most secure, the most well-paying, that I wouldn't have to depend on a man to bring home the bacon, that I'd have a stable 401k. And so that's what I did. I just went into finance because I wasn't told how to dream. And so I really didn't start getting my eating disorder on track until my senior year of college. And I came out to my mom about it. She got me into therapy, and honestly, therapy didn't even help me. What helped me was moving in with roommates that were very health-oriented. I moved in with all guys. I'm like a huge tomboy. But I moved with all guys, and they were very much into health and fitness. And so we'd go grocery shopping together. We would cook together. We'd work out together, and we just worked out at home. Half the time we were doing P90X in the living room together, and so there was none of those bullshit excuses oh, I don't have the time, I gotta study. I'm like, you got 30 minutes in your living room, you have the time. And so it was really just learning how to eat, learning how to feed myself, and having that community and accountability that really helped me heal my relationship with food. Was just learning what to put in my body. But my addiction to my prescription pills still prevailed, because I was still in a major that I absolutely hated, that was just so unfulfilling. So then I graduated. I, went to work for a company, and was supposed to have made it. I had my 401k, I had a well-paying job. My coworkers were nice, but everyone there just seemed like every Monday they hated their lives, and every Friday they were so excited. And about 6 months into my job, I was like, I want more out of life. I felt so dead inside. And I knew I was destined for more than this desk job. I knew that I wanted to make a living helping people and making a difference in people's lives. And I just didn't know what that looked like because I was never taught how to dream. And so what I realized though was that if I wanted to help people, I needed to help myself first. And so I remember this day like it was yesterday. I threw out my pills. August 14th, 2016, I threw out my whole bottle of my pills, and I threw out my prescriptions, and I told my boyfriend, I told my mom, and I said, you know what, like, I'm quitting my prescription pills, and I'm getting my health on track, and I'm gonna figure out what the heck I was put on this earth to do, because I knew it was to help and serve others. And it was one of the hardest things, to be completely honest, I've ever done in my entire life. I remember I broke down crying, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, I don't think I can do this. And he was so supportive of me. Sorry, I'm crying because it's just like it really strikes a chord with me to see like where I was and where I've come now. But I told myself I wasn't gonna cry doing this. Like, why am I crying? But the only reason I was able to quit my prescription pills, why I was able to get over my eating disorder, was because of health and fitness. It was because I started eating super clean. I started feeding myself. I started falling in love with the way I was feeling. I was exercising to energize. And I just felt amazing inside. And I knew I wanted to give this gift back to other people. And I knew that this was my purpose, was to do something in the health and fitness world to help change people's lives, because it did so much for me. I was able to heal my relationship with food and fall in love with the person I was, like with my body, and accept me for who I was. And I was able to quit my drugs. Why am I crying? Okay, but anyways, yeah, and so I didn't know what that looked like though. And so the thought of opening up my own business really terrified me. I was like, I can't, you know, like quit my job and invest thousands of dollars in a business that may or may not work, and I have no idea how to run my own business. And I thought about going back to school to get my nutrition license, or maybe to go into psychology or become some type of life coach. And going back to school terrified me too, because I was already in a ton of student debt, and I was like, I felt stuck. I felt like I was stuck in a rut. And 2 weeks after I threw away those pills, and I had so much mental clarity, I was in the best shape of my life, both physically, both mentally and emotionally and spiritually, I found coaching. And half of me, the logical side, was like, this is a scam. This is too good to be true. There's nothing like this in the world. And then the other half of me, my soul, was like, this is your purpose. This is destiny knocking at your door, and you owe it to yourself to find out more about this opportunity. And so I did that. I did all my research. I got put into a free informational group just like this, and I got all my questions answered, and I realized that this was a legit opportunity, and I'm gonna jump, you know, like wholeheartedly 2 feet in, and it completely changed my life. I look back and just like to see the growth that's happened in just the last few months alone is completely mind-blowing. And so I know you're probably thinking like, okay, Tori, like that's, you know, it's an amazing story, but I still don't really understand what you do as a coach. And so our job as a coach is to help others achieve their goals, build them up while living a healthy and fulfilling life. And that's what we do as coaches. We help people get started on their health and fitness journey by getting them started with the full package, with a home workout program that they can get started on right away, like P90X or Insanity or TurboFire or 21-Day Fix. And we get them a full meal plan. And we get them thrown into our challenge groups, which are basically virtual community support groups. And in there, I'm posting every day about like positivity, mindset, inspiration, motivation, accountability, and the community that we have created in just on your smartphone is absolutely amazing. I love checking into that group every single day, and I hold all my challengers accountable. Like, we evaluate their goals right from the get-go. And I ask for their permission to remind them of their goals if I see that they fall off track. Because we all know that you can invest in a gym membership, or that you can buy a home workout program and it collects dust and you don't do anything with it and you never go to the gym. But our job as coaches is to remind them of their goals, to help them stay accountable and help them reach their goals. And so that is exactly what we do as coaches. And as much as I love, like helping my clients reach and achieve their goals and do things that they never thought possible, the one thing that I love most about this job is the messages I get on a daily basis from people that are complete strangers for me, that told me that because of me they worked out today, or because of me they ate healthy, or because of me they were motivated to take a risk in their life. And those are the messages that just juice me every single day and keep me going. And that's how I knew that this was my mission in life, that this was my purpose, and this is what I was put on this earth to do, is to help and serve others. And so all I ask is that you do your self-service and you get all of your questions answered, and you do your research about this opportunity, because it's such an amazing gift. And with that said, I just want you to know that I'm going to be hosting a live Q&A tomorrow morning, and I want you to get all of your questions answered. So do me a favor and comment below with any, questions that you have, anything that you're skeptical about, anything that you want answered or clarified. And I'm going to do a live Q&A tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for all of you to, get all of your questions answered. So I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow, and I hope you have an amazing night. Bye, guys.